4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. I couldn't sleep. My nose keeps running and I just can't sleep. So I figured I'd get up. I think everybody else will be getting up around 7. We're gonna try to get on trail by 8:30 or so. But I figured I might as well do something because I can't sleep. And I was just thinking about my finish. It's hard. It's kind of, I mean, there's not a big climatic end coming up. I'm not going to be topping Katahdin or being down at Springer. So I'm just coming to a trailhead that I've hiked to, and then it'll be done. So I got 3 miles today. But the good thing is it should be a leisurely hike. It's 3 miles from the Shirley Blanchard Road to a sign that's really close to the 100-mile wilderness. So I'm going to take my time. Lindsey, I think, is going to hike with us. She's feeling a little better. We'll see how Alyssa's toe's doing. She busted a blister yesterday, but I think we're all going to hike today. We'll take our time, bring it to an end. It's hard to believe. I mean, the last 2 years have really consumed my thoughts and everything. It's all encompassing. You're either thinking about the trail, what you're going to be doing, or thinking about the trail of what you've done. So it's going to be a little bit of a letdown being done. Oh, back to an ordinary life. I don't know what I'm going to do with the channel. I will probably create a different channel just to document the different adventures that I'm going to go on with Vito. And there will still be some hiking with Cheri. We still need to finish the long trail. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do. So I am going to Acadia National Park after this. We're leaving on Sunday. We're going to spend a few days up there. That's our first national park to complete. Anyway, so I do want to thank you guys for hanging around, and maybe you'll join me as I continue on my other adventures. I have so many people to thank helping me get through this journey. The top person really is Vito, my husband. Without him being at home taking care of things, I'm not sure how I would have done it. So he definitely is not a long distance hiker. He can hike, and he enjoys hiking. It's just not the long distance stuff. Appreciate his efforts the other day trying to hike with us. It just was not fun for him. So we'll have to watch what we're doing in the future. I do want to do more hiking, but we'll try to limit the distance. God, there are so many people to thank. My longtime friend Tammy, although not a hiker, she and her husband Larry provided a ton of support when I first got on trail. Relatives came to visit early last year and again before I flipped north this year. You know, from my subscribers, I met a few of you guys. You know, Sue Cox, she was a trail angel for us. Ellen Baldridge. Lynn St. Aubin, she joined us down in Georgia starting out. I almost forgot to mention PTL. He and his wife came down and did Trail Magic. Got to run into them and talk to them for a while. So that was wonderful. Snowwhite. So Snowwhite still has plans to try to finish the trail. Who knows, maybe she'll meet up with Dan next year and they can do some miles together. So, you know, I've had Pollyanna. She's been a huge inspiration for me. Huge, huge. She finished the trail. She's all done. Oh, she's such an inspiration. So I made a friend, you know, on the trail. It's just amazing, the people you run across. Dan the man helped get me from Georgia to the Shenandoahs. Very helpful, very consistent, And, you know, he stuck there, stuck with me. So that was very nice. You know, I've hiked with different people along the way. Tina, she came through. Fiona, she's here, you know, finishing out the trail with me. She got through the Shenandoahs, never hiked before. It's just amazing. I've got some amazing friends. Cheri has been an amazing friend. Although she didn't hike with me the whole way, she's been doing a ton of section hikes. She's been my logistics person, my supporter. Amazing friend. Wow. Yeah. And then Anthony, I just got a text from him. He wishes he could have come up here at the end. But he was there for me getting up Katahdin. He came, did some hard stuff with me when I first got back on trail here in Maine. Lisa, she's joined us off and on, but most recently down in Georgia to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Blue Jay hikes for a while. Oriskany, I hiked with him in the 100-mile wilderness just for a day or two. Abigail, she came a couple of times. She got me up Moosilauke, actually. Surefoot, that was great to run into him when I was doing the presidentials. And we ran into Magnolia again today. I didn't get to hike a lot with her, but she's a very sweet person, and the name Magnolia fits her very well. So I wish her the best as she continues on to finish her hike. Michigan Millie, Morgan, I ran into her early in my hike and then off and on throughout the hike. She's finished and she's getting her life moving. And then I ran into Rissa, Kit Kat. I kept running into her last year and we ran into each other as she was finishing her hike up on McAfee Knob. Some of the people that just, you know, could pop enough on the top of my head. I'm sure I'm going to miss somebody, so I apologize. No Worries and Hannah, they were a nice couple. Echo, I know she didn't finish this year. She's somebody that I think I would have enjoyed hiking with. I wish her luck as she returns next year to continue her journey. Paparazzi, I've kind of lost track of where she ended up. Squeeze and her dog Diesel. Blaze, Prophet, Denali, Feisty. Sisters Dana and Elena, I met in the Shenandoahs, and then I just happened to cross paths with them this year. Gunda I initially met during a thunderstorm, but then I continued to run into him before I went home for the winter last year. Monk and MacGyver, both of who I originally met in the Shenandoahs, and then met again in the 100-mile wilderness. These young ladies I met at different times along the trail, and then one final time in the 100-mile wilderness. Flex and Curly Turtle and Shoes. Last year, Oneida, Lightfoot, and Lucky 2. I ran into Lucky 2 again this year. Cheri, that's Nikki. She hiked a little bit with us last year in the Pennsylvania area, so I still see her pop up on Facebook or Instagram every now and then. And then there's the people that have kind of are the backbone of some of the trail, and that's Onesimus and Odie, the hiker yearbook. I ran into him quite a few times this year. I watched a lot of YouTube as I was preparing for my AT adventure, and I was lucky enough to run across a couple of the people that I subscribe to. Who else? Oh, Wild on the Trail. That was last year. Eric Patterson, he finished. I enjoyed his YouTube channel. He has a way with words. I do want to thank Jerry Parker. He came up at Springer, drove just to come and see me at the start. I met him originally on the Long Trail. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Leslie and her husband Glenn. They allowed me to leave my vehicle at their place until I got to the Shenandoahs. So amazing. I keep saying amazing, but amazing people on this trail, and I am going to miss it so much. You guys have been so supportive. Gypsy Girl, I hope I get to meet you when I come home to Kansas City. I'm hoping to do that in September. Tracy, always commenting. I just can't imagine hiking the years that you, or in the 80s, 86 I think it was, when you hiked with your sister. Things are so different now, and you guys really had it tough, I would say. So I've slack packed a lot, so my hike's not been the traditional hike, but the whole idea is that you hike this trail the way you hike it. So I've enjoyed it. For the most part, it's tough. This trail is very, very, very tough. But it's also a good feeling to be able to say that you did it. It's a tough trail. And every state has its highlights and lowlights, I think. I think I enjoyed the most up north. I love getting to the tops of those mountains and seeing the views that you can see. So that's the thing that I enjoy about hiking. Anyway, I just want to thank you. And like I said, I will continue with the channel. I'll do a little bit more on this channel. And then I'll let you know if I switch to a different name channel. So thank you for joining me. I appreciated all those comments. I wish I could, call you guys out on being there, and I'll put some data together after. And please, if you've got questions, I wouldn't mind doing another Q&A and, talking about whatever you want to talk about. I'll put some data together on how much slackpacking versus camping and that type of stuff, and even for you guys, how often you commented. So I've got some top commenters, and I'd like to highlight you guys too. So thanks again. Appreciate you coming along on my journey.